Just wait for a couple of people to jump on. When you're on, say hello. Hey Laura, how you going? Who else is on? Hey Helen. Say hello, give me some love. Hey Mario, how are you? Hey Chrissy. You can't get enough of me today, Chrissy. Okay. So I'm going to jump straight into it. So I've had quite a few sales calls today, and on one of those calls, funny, I've spoken to 3 Americans today, and on one of those sales calls, I asked her, what are the things that you feel you need to learn or need to overcome to be able to reach your goals? And she told me a couple of things. And, you know, when I ask that question, a lot of people don't have clarity on what it is that they actually need to learn to be able to reach their goals. And so when I asked her that question, she knew a couple of things, but then didn't really know. And I asked her, how about sales? That was one of the questions. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm scared of doing sales, and I don't know how to do it. So most people have this bad representation of sales in their head. Hey, Moira. Hey, Jackie. They have this bad representation of what sales is in their head. They have, actually, before I go on, pop in the comment section, guys. What's your representation of sales? When I say the word sales, what do you think about? What do you think of? Give me some comments so I'm not waiting around for too long. When I say the word sales, what do you think of? Cameron said fun. Awesome. I like to hear that. And hey, Cameron, I didn't see your name pop up before. How are you? Helen said closing the deal. So when I speak to most people, they think of, okay, Laura, yeah, there we go. Annoying for the customer. So that's what I get a lot, yeah? Jackie said solving a problem. Perfect. Awesome. Love that. Sorry. I'll stand still. This is what I do when I'm like on a roll. I'm like, I pace. Like when I'm on when I was on sales calls before, I was pacing as well. I need somewhere to sit. There's nowhere to sit out here. I'm going to get a step. So when, awesome, Chrissy, when most people, what? Yeah. No, if I go upstairs, I don't think the internet's very good. Here we go. We all pace when we're on a call, but video. Yes, I'm getting a step. So, basically, when most people I speak to, they think, hey Zolt, how you going? Is that better, Cameron? They think that sales is about like a sleazy car salesman, an annoying telemarketer, someone who is calling them like being like spammy MLM, like multi-level marketers and that kind of thing. Yeah, this is what most of the people think about. This is what most people think about when they think about sales, when they start to think about sales, okay? So you don't want to think about, first of all, you don't want to think about the people who annoy you in sales and who you don't feel are good at it or make you feel good. You want to think about the people who do it well. So you want to think about a time where you have been sold to well. I love being sold to well. If someone's on the phone with me or even in a shop or wherever and I want to buy something, I expect to be sold to well. I expect to be sold to from someone who knows their shit and someone who has something that I want, and they do it in a way that just shows that they're good at sales. Yeah. And I can tell if someone's good at sales because they build rapport, but not in a way that's like trying too hard. Their tonality is good. I can hear the confidence in their voice, and they just know their shit. They know what they're talking about. Yeah. If someone is not confident and they're umming and ahhing, or they sound like they're talking from a script, or they just don't know what they're on about, or they don't even ask for the sale at the end, I won't buy from them. Yeah. So I really appreciate being sold to well. I've been in sales for 11 years, so I can pick a good salesperson a mile away. And so you want to take this bad connotation out of your head of all these bad experiences that you've had and think about the good experiences that you've had. Hey Brad, how you going? So you want to think about when you've been sold to well. And then we want to change that perception around as well. So all that sales is reaching out to someone and showing that you can help them with the problem that they have. Yeah? And the way to get in front of these people is by posting on social media on a regular basis. It's by connecting with people online and offline. It's by putting your message out there, being clear on your target market and what your message is, being clear on what it is that these people want, and helping them overcome their struggles and building that value by doing that. Now, if you do that, you'll start to build a database. You'll start to build a following of people that you've given value to, and you show them that you actually give a shit about them. And you'll start to get inquiries. You'll start to get people messaging you and saying, hey, can you help me? Or asking you questions. Okay? Now, if someone is asking for your help, you're actually doing them a disservice by not reaching out and saying, hey, I can help you. Most people are too scared to get on a phone call, so they'll give this person a heap of free information, or they'll say, oh, these are my packages, or these are my prices. People don't care about your packages or prices. They care that you can help them solve the problem that they have. And you can't do that by giving them a list of what it is that you do online, okay? Like over a Facebook message, for example. So you want to get on the phone with them and you want to talk to them about where they're at, what they're struggling with, what they feel is in their way to achieving their goals, or what those goals are as well, and what they feel that they need to learn or overcome to be able to reach those goals. You want to dig into the pain, and you want to help to show them that there is a way forwards, there is a solution, and give them that proof that there is a solution. Don't just tell them, share your own story. Share clients' results and testimonials and things like that. Share stories of someone who you have helped that was in a similar position to where they are at the moment, either you or a client, and how they overcame that. Okay? I use sales stories all the time. And so these stories are relating exactly to what they're going through. I have a client who's 58 years old who lives in a rural town in New South Wales, and I helped her get to $16,000 a month. Any workshop she puts on is full now. She's an older woman who said she's like IT illiterate, doesn't understand online, but she's got 74 online clients now. She also has 133 members in her studio, and she lives in a small country town and is 58 years old. So anytime someone tells me I live in a small town, I don't know if I can create success like someone in a big city, or I'm older, I don't know if I can do it, I give them that example, yeah? And I tell them how she was feeling before she started with me. I have another client who's a young single mum. She's like 23, I think, and she has gone from making $150 a week to make $8,000 a month in less than 6 months. So if someone is a single mum, or someone runs mums boot camps like this client does, or they're young, or any of those things that apply to that client, Michaela, I will give that as an example. Hey Daisy, how are you? So there's lots of different things, and I also share my story, my background of where I've come from, because that always inspires people. And I had someone this morning say to me, well, if you can do it, I can do it as well. And she was the one that I put a post up this morning, some of you might have seen, where she said, I don't care how much it costs, I'll find the money, I've got to make this work. Yeah, so these stories really help. But you've got to see it as you're coming from the place of, hey Janae, how are you? You're coming from the place of, these people need your help. Okay, there's an abundance of people out there that need your help. And yes, there's an abundance of trainers and an abundance of coaches, but no one else is you. Okay? And so if you share your message, you share the things that you've gone through in your life, the obstacles you've overcome, the successes you've had, you share your client results, you share your stories and your lessons and learnings, and be real and open and honest, then people will be drawn to you because no one else is you. And no matter whoever copies what you do or tries to take your clients or whatever, no one else can ever be you. Okay? And by being real and open and honest, you're going to draw your ideal clients in because they relate to you and they relate to what you've gone through. And if you've come out the other side, you're going to be the right person to help them because you've achieved what they want to achieve. So you talk to them from that place, and then you'll start to build your list, start to build your following, start to have people asking for your help and asking you questions. And like I said before, you're doing them a disservice if you don't jump on the phone with them and offer their help or offer your help. And now there's only going to be two options that people do. They either say yes or they say no. And it's a numbers game. So you've got to take the emotion out of it. Now, if you know your numbers over time, you'll know, for example, that you've got to talk to 5 people to get 1 yes. Yeah? Just as an example. So you know you've got to get 4 no's to be able to get that one person who signs up. Yeah? I've had, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 sales calls this week. And I've had 3 of them sign up and another one that I know will sign up probably tomorrow. But out of those other ones who didn't sign up, some of them will never be interested, and that's okay. Some of them just aren't ready right now. So if someone says no, they're not saying no to you. They're not saying that you're an arsehole or they don't like you or you're an idiot or that you're not good enough. They're saying no, that they're not ready yet. They are either not a good fit for what you offer, or they're scared and they're not ready to move forwards, or they're just like, they've got other stuff that's got to happen before they can sign up with you. And that's totally cool as well. Hey, Pia. So what you do then is you don't cut them off and never talk to them again. You add them into a free group on Facebook. You add them onto your email list. You give value via Facebook and via email and keep in touch with them and give them tips and things like that and motivation, and do your live streams or podcasts or your posts or whatever it is that you put out there to the world. And that will keep them at the top of you will be at the top of their mind when they are ready to buy. Now, these people, you're going to be at the top of their mind if you're in front of their face all the time, okay? And not in a spammy way, always sending them messages saying, hey, are you okay? How are you going? But actually putting content out there and valuable advice and things that are actually going to help them overcome those struggles and those obstacles that they're facing. Hey, Lisa. So Janae said, do you do all your sales calls on Zoom so you can see them, or just a phone call? Good question. So I usually do a phone call, and I do, hey Tammy, I do Skype or Zoom for people who are overseas. But I did have a Zoom call today because my assistant set up all of my calls in Zoom recently because I was overseas, and so I did one with someone in Melbourne today who it was on Zoom. And on Zoom or Skype is really good because you can see their face, so I feel that you build more of a connection, but it really depends on what you're best at. Yeah, if you feel super unconfident being able to see someone's face, then just do a phone call because you want to do whatever you feel most confident with. Hey Jamie, how are you? So does that help, Janae? So whether it's face-to-face, on the phone, on Zoom or Skype, it really doesn't matter. Webinars, seminars, there's so many different ways to sell. It really doesn't matter. It's just got to be something that fits in with your goals and lifestyle and focuses on your strength. Now, if you don't feel you're good at sales at all, you've just got to get better at it, yeah? You're not going to get better doing one call every now and again. You're going to get better doing it on a daily basis. That's how you get good at something fast. It's like if you play piano, you're not going to get good practicing every once in a while. You get good with daily practice, yeah? Same with exercise, getting stronger. We're doing weights every day. So you've got to have that consistency to be able to get good at it. So before I hop off, does anyone have any questions? And if you've just jumped on towards the end of this, make sure you go back and watch the start. And if you have any comments or questions, just post them here or send me a personal message anytime as well. If anyone's not in my free group, it's the community of kick-ass action takers, if you want to join me there. And yeah, but just I'll give a few minutes now I'll wrap up, and I'll also answer anyone's questions. Whether it's about sales or anything else, I'm happy to answer that for you. So pop any questions here, don't be shy. And just as a bit of a wrap up of what I've spoken about on this whole live stream, if you've jumped on, or just as a refresher, basically it's changing that perception, looking at people who sell well and focus on them, focus on what you do want, not what you don't want, on the sleazy car salesman and things like that. Focus on people who sell well and notice what you like about how they sell. Then you want to change your perception as well. Sales isn't about pushing someone into something that they don't want or need. It's about putting content out there on a regular basis and reaching out and helping people who need your help, who are struggling right now. Don't do a disservice by not reaching out, putting your hand out and offering to help them. And then you can do sales calls on Zoom or Skype or on the phone or face-to-face. It really doesn't matter, but you've just got to have that consistency so that you get better at it and you get more confident with it over time. Helen said, if you do a sales call and get the feedback that they can't commit, so not ready or time wasters, do you still add them to your free group? Yeah, so then I don't feel that anyone is a time waster. People that are bargain hunters, to be exact, shopping around. Yeah, so I don't think anyone is a time waster. When someone uses money as an excuse or an obstacle, they just don't see the value yet. Okay, so by adding them into your free group, you're building that value. They're getting to know you and your philosophy, so that they will get to the point where they are ready to spend money with you. Most people aren't ready to spend money right now. Most people aren't even ready to give their phone number yet. Giving their phone number shows some kind of commitment. And so you've just got to build that value more, Helen. And some people will always be a no, and that's okay. But yeah, you can just say, like I send everyone an email with notes on the call. And at the end of the email, I say, here's how you can follow me. Yeah. Or here's how you can find out more. And I give a link to my Facebook page, to my free group, and to my podcast. And so that way you want to get them. So say they're like a 10%. You want to be able to build them up with value of listening to your live streams and your podcasts and reading your posts and getting them to that stage where they're getting out of their own way so they can take that step. Does that help, Helen? And by putting valuable content out there and speaking to your ideal client, speaking to that exact person and being open and honest, you're going to attract more of the right people in and actually polarize and push away the people who aren't ready yet. There'll still be some that slip through the cracks, but you will have less of them. And you do that from being real and open and honest, authentic, transparent, just really being yourself and sharing stories about your obstacles, your struggles, your successes. Yeah, awesome, Helen. So before I go, does anyone else have any other questions or comments? And then I want you guys, like, there's no point just jumping on these live streams and following me. I want you guys to take action, yeah? A lot of you on here are clients. which is awesome. But anyone who is not a client, or even if you're a client, what's like one action that you can take today to start moving forwards with this, to start reaching out and helping more people, or getting a sales call in place, or just giving someone value? Whether you're a client or not, what's that one action that you're going to take today? I was just sending a message, for example, to my assistant before, and I said, I've had a heap of sales calls booked in this week and the last few weeks, but I don't have any sales calls booked in for next week yet. And I told her I'd just put a post up to offer some sales calls, because I do a certain number of them a week, because I want to reach out and help more people. Like strategy calls to help people to find out where they're at and help them with tips moving forwards, basically. And I told her that I don't have any booked in for next week yet. And I said, I just put up a post, but yeah, I want some more people to talk to and to help. And literally as soon as I sent her that message, I had someone message me and say, hey, can you help me? Do you have time to chat today? And sent me her phone number. So funny how the universe works, right? So gonna hop off now. I've got to get ready and pick my daughter up from school. But hey JC, sorry, I'm just finishing up, but if you go back and watch the start of the video and let me know if you've got any questions. If anyone has any questions anytime, like I said, either PM me or pop the question on here. And if you do want to grab one of those free strategy calls to see where you're at in your business and give you some tips on action steps of what you should do to be able to move forwards and get clarity on your goals, I'll pop the Calendly link here for you, and you can book in a free call with me. So have an awesome rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.